just to kick things off. Carter's not on the ice. Is he okay?
Carter's sick. He won't play. So Sandy plays. Ursa's practicing in Lehigh. He'll come up and back up. And Tyson's been brought up. He'll play. And Bronner's out, and Tony goes in.
We also see Couturier's out there on the ice. What is it like just having his presence, and how have you gotten to know him despite him not being able to play?
I really haven't got to know him I think that happens through all the experiences, benches, games, practices. I know him, but yeah, that'll happen as we go through it as a coach and player.
With regards to him now practicing with the team for the first time, obviously it's a skate, so it's not, we're not talking about full practice here, but do you know any more than you did yesterday about kind of where he's at in terms of a potential return?
I talked with Tommy, our medical guy. He felt this was the next step after doing stuff with Kirsch and all that. He felt this was the next step to skate with us here this morning. Whether it turns into when we practice, we have tomorrow off, and the next day on Thursday, I think, I'm going to leave it up. That's as far as I've gotten. And I don't even know if he'll practice Thursday. Today he wanted to put him on here, and then we'll see what happens, how he feels after this, and we'll make a decision on Thursday.
How do you balance, in his situation where obviously you guys aren't competing for a playoff spot at the moment. At the same time, there might be a benefit to him getting in some games if he's cleared, but also you don't necessarily want to risk him getting hurt before the offseason. How do you balance that factor?
Yeah, my feeling is it. If he plays, for me, it's not that important that he plays games, but I'm not him either. He's losing his mind. For his sanity and for him to feel part of it maybe before he leaves here, I've got to take that in consideration if it comes to that. If Tommy comes to me and says, you know what, he's ready to play, then we'll have those discussions. It really, for me, I like to start fresh. But I also have to listen to the player and his feelings. If he gets cleared medically by our guy that he's set to go, those are conversations Coots and I will have. And I'm not sure if it happens this year. If it does with a few games left, we're going to have to talk about it and try to come to an agreement.
Like you said, he's probably losing his mind. He's been through a lot. He hasn't played in over a year. He's had 2 back surgeries. Yeah. It's nice just to see him out there with the team.
Yeah, it is. And it's good for the guys, too, both ways. Yeah, but he's out of his mind. Yeah, I just stay clear of him because there's no sense of being around him because he's so miserable. So next step is talk to Tommy. Can he practice full on Thursday? If he can or can't, we'll see. If he can, we'll throw some more practices. I'm going to go all through the medical staff as far as how they feel about him because he's that important.
I know you don't remember like a ton of players in the past that you coached against, but you've seen him a ton. Do you have an appreciation just for the way he plays, his foot style? Yeah,
he's got some old school in him. I have a ton of respect for him as far as from afar, watching him play, the situations he's been put in. I don't know how he is in the room, how all that goes on, but I watch how hard he plays and all the situations that he succeeded in. I think about it. Is he going to be healthy enough to play? I don't know. He's gone through a couple. He feels great. Let's just hope he keeps on going down the right road. And my mind, I'm thinking about camp next year, not so much games this year. But answering Charlie's question, I've got to show him the respect and have conversations if that time comes.
Sam and I mentioned yesterday that he's really excited for guys like Kate specifically, but also the young guys to be able to learn from Couturier. You keep talking about how you're building something. Is that exciting to know you have a guy of that caliber and that respected in the room for these young players you're developing?
It's a part of our locker room that I think we need work on. Mentors, leadership, veteran situations that can help kids. They can explain things. On the other side of it, with him being out, Casey gets a ton of ice time this year and grows, and Frosty gets some time to see, what he is. That's how you only can like with him and Cam out. It gave other guys opportunities, and maybe in a roundabout way, I don't want to say it was the best thing because you want those guys playing, but it gives you a full view for a number of games, and especially where we're at trying to build, to give these guys a chance. They didn't take their ice time, so we got kids a bunch of ice time this year. I was kind of playing around with a roster, what I think, as far as being on the bus after this year, guys that I don't think are Coots in, maybe both of them healthy. I kind of played around with it, and you're kind of forecasting. So we'll see. You don't want to get too far ahead because you just never know with these type of injuries, and Cam also. Well, hopefully camp it'll be good. They'll all be healthy.
Speaking of young guys that you're giving a chance, I know you mentioned there are other guys in Lehigh that you want to see at some point. Why did you guys decide to go back with Tyson?
I think he deserves it. I think he's shown great puck poise. He rips a shot the other night. I know he has a good shot, but it kind of shocked me too. Like I said, Lehigh. It's important they get in, but I want him playing with us. I think he really he'll dip. He's going to dip, and there's going to be some struggles. But I want him to get as much experience now with some guys before we break this year, so it'll help him that much more as we enter next year. This for me is kind of helping him to get ready for next year, when maybe he takes the final step of getting here. And there's a couple of defensemen that I want to see and try to help them getting ready for next year.
Just a logistical question real quick. Does this still count as an emergency call?
Yes.
You guys are at 11?
Yes, because, I talked to Barry, and because I'm really conscious of the 4 recalls. This is under emergency, how it's all worded and what happens, but it's an emergency recall.
A lot of people will probably argue that Forrester might have the best or one of the best shots in the organization. Is that the read you've gotten from other folks, and just how much of a need is that?
Well, I've heard a lot about it. When I first came here, they were talking about his shot. He ripped one the other night. But more importantly, I like just the way he protects the puck. He doesn't throw the puck away. He stalled some plays so another play opens up for him. So you can see that he sees the ice offensively. The one shot that I've seen him really take, he ripped it. So, I'm going to keep on watching. But seems like a great kid. Good size, good length to him. So hopefully this helps him progress as we continue to develop him.
We talked a little bit with you last week about Owen Tippett. Obviously, you've been giving him a ton of ice time. He's been getting 20 minutes a night, basically every night for the last 2 weeks. Given the more responsibilities you've been handing him, what have you seen so far from him when you've handed him that challenge?
Yeah, he wants it. He can handle it. That's one thing. I know he can handle the ice time. I think I played him 25, 26 minutes one game, and he can handle it. I think he's in great shape. I think he's very efficient with his skating. I still don't. I've played him primarily with Frosty. I'm not sure if that works. He's done. I like some of the one-on-one he's brought to his game, but I don't want him to be a one-on-one player. I think it's important that we find a guy that can give and go with him. If it's Frosty, I don't know. I haven't seen it consistently enough for that to be. Right now, that's what it's going to be. I may try him with Kevin. I've moved Kevin back to the middle. I may try him with Kevin tonight if I don't like what's happening offensively. So I think that's really important when he's still a pretty young man, and getting this ice time is trying to forecast who would play with him. Because he's gone one-on-one. I think a part of his game that he needs to improve at, he turns some pucks over. He exposes the puck. I think he needs to learn how to protect the puck a little bit more when there's not a play. But all things are moving forward as far as his development. And I think I need to find a match. And right now, I'm not sure what that's going to be in the future.
Earlier this season, you would move Kevin to the wing, and I know he's continued to play there in some spots, but why the recent return?
Yeah, I want to see if I can get him scoring. We don't have anybody scoring. James isn't scoring. Kevin isn't scoring. Joel isn't scoring. So I thought Kevin did a good job at wing and plus created offense. I think it's dried up. I'm going to live, and I think he's tried away from the puck. I'm going to live with some of the mistakes there, and hopefully, because that's his natural position, hopefully we can get some offense, because I'm still trying to win games here. But we just have no one going. Other than Tip, we really have no one going. And Tip has kind of fell off a little bit. It's a struggle, and I'm not complaining about it. We know that's the world we're in with our team. But I can't get stubborn and just keep Kevin over there because I'm worried about his down low play. I want him to make a play, and I'll live with the mistakes down low, see if he can make a play. That's why if something doesn't go right tonight for me, or I just don't see the offense, I may try Tip with him, because it's one thing Kevin can do. He can make a play.